The lawyer for the family of Nolan Wells reveals new evidence in their investigation into how he died.
30 people. That is the size of the boating party described in the friend's own legal letter, per CNN. 30 people means roughly 30 phones on that island on the 4th of July. So footage will keep surfacing. That part is arithmetic, not a revelation. Here is the part nobody adds. Of every clip that has surfaced so far, not one has been publicly confirmed by law enforcement as showing what people say it shows. Here is the entire official record. You can hold it in one hand. Sheriff John Ledbetter says his office has interviewed more than 60 witnesses. That number comes straight from the Jackson County Sheriff's Department, via WLOX. The FBI is helping with the digital evidence, because Horn Island sits on federal land. And the 3 friends who were on that boat with Nolan, interviewed. That's the list. That's what the state says it has. Now watch what's not on it. No video. Neither of the clips floating around has been independently verified by law enforcement. And officials haven't even confirmed that the boat in either recording has anything to do with Wells's disappearance. That's per the Grio and TMZ. So the clips the internet has torn itself apart over? Unverified, unconfirmed, unattached. No fight. The Jackson County Sheriff's Office asked anyone with video or images of an alleged altercation to come forward. The word alleged doing all the heavy lifting, because they have not confirmed a fight took place at all. News Nation reported that. And the photographer behind the most watched video? He says it does not show Nolan Wells fighting. That's TMZ. The person yelling in that audio? A man named Trayston Shepard told ABC News it's him. Not a fight, not a suspect, just a voice. So the confirmed record is a single sentence, 60+ witnesses interviewed, and a public request for more footage. Then there's the timeline. And this is where people get lost, so stay with me. The only time from the government sits at 4:31 p.m. That's when the boat left Horn Island, according to GPS data from the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources, obtained by CBS News. The boat was moving. The island was behind it. The clock had started. That famous 64-minute window you've seen 1,000 times, 3:23 to 4:27, not from the government. That's the United Cajun Navy, a volunteer search and rescue group, not law enforcement. And per TMZ, their report is not an official finding. So when you see that window repeated like gospel, remember, it's a volunteer group's document, not a court exhibit. Now, the autopsies. 2 of them, and neither has given us an answer. The family's independent one came back undetermined pending investigation, per ABC News and CNN. The state's own autopsy, completed by July 31st, has not had its results made public. It's going to a grand jury, that's WLBT. So the 2 most important documents in this case are either silent or sealed. And the state is spending its time telling you what's fake. Sean Tindell, Mississippi's Public Safety Commissioner, put out a warning. The toxicology report making the rounds on social media? Fraudulent. A fake document, circulating as proof. That's per WLBT. No one has been charged in connection with his death. That's per CNN, NPR, and NOLA. Say it with me, no one. So here's where we are. 60+ witnesses, 1 departure time, 0 charges, a grand jury that hasn't spoken, and a state agency issuing warnings about counterfeit documents. That's the confirmed list. That's the whole thing. And a month into this case, CNN reported the result. The lack of clear answers has fueled speculation, distrust, and threats. Not one of those 3 things comes from the official record. They all come from the space the record leaves open. The question is, who fills that space next? And the answer is already starting to look strange. The space filled fast. The first thing to fill it was a number, 30. Per CNN, the account inside the friend's legal letter says, Nolan Wells traveled to Horn Island as part of a 30-person boating party. 30 people. 30 phones, the internet added. 30 people on an island in July, phones in every pocket, and not one clip anybody official can vouch for. So where are the clips? That question is the whole online story right now. Before you go further, here's what's actually confirmed. And it's thin. Per Grio and TMZ, neither of the 2 videos previously circulated has been independently verified by law enforcement. Not one. and officials have not publicly confirmed that the boat in either recording is connected to Wells's disappearance at all. These are the two videos that define the online version of this case. The official version has not confirmed either one. 2 videos, 0 confirmations. So when you see these clips shared as proof, this is what law enforcement has actually done. They have not confirmed the footage is real. Not confirmed when it was shot, not confirmed where, not confirmed who is in it. The videos exist. The verification doesn't. That is the entire official position on the footage. No position. So what are these videos saying? The first one is short. It's loud. And online, it's been called a fight. Per News Nation, the Jackson County Sheriff's Office asked anyone with video or images of an alleged altercation to come forward. Altercation is the closest any official has come to the word fight, and even that word came with alleged in front of it. The same office has not confirmed that a fight took place. The request is real, the event is not confirmed, the request spread, the clarification did not. Then there's the photographer. The person who actually shot the viral video has said what it shows. Per TMZ, the photographer said it does not show Nolan Wells fighting. He is the closest thing this case has to a primary source for that video, and he says the central claim is wrong. That statement is public, and the video is still being described as a fight. Now the voice. On the 13th of July, Trayston Shepard told ABC News that the person yelling in that video was him. Per ABC News, not Nolan, him, a named person, on the record, claiming a specific voice. So the two things people argue about most, what the video shows and whose voice is in it, both have answers now. The person behind the camera says it's not Nolan fighting. The person behind the voice says it's someone else. Neither answer puts Nolan Wells in a fight. One circulating document is already off the board. The toxicology report. It was circulating as proof. The state's public safety commissioner called it fraudulent, per WLBT. That one is settled. The videos are different. Nobody has called them fake. Nobody has confirmed them either. They just sit there, unverified, argued about anyway. Count them. 30 people. From a legal letter, not from officials. 2 videos. Unverified by law enforcement. An alleged fight. Requested by the sheriff. Confirmed by no one. A voice identified but as Trayston Shepard, not as Nolan. Every piece of the online story traces back to one of 4 sources. A letter, a camera, a request, a man's own statement. 4 sources, and not one of them is a finding. None of them is the official record. And the number the whole theory rests on, 30, comes from that letter. A legal letter, written for the friends, per CNN, not a sheriff's report, not an FBI statement. Meanwhile, Sheriff John Ledbetter says the 3 friends who were on the boat have been interviewed. 3 friends. The letter says 30. Somewhere between 3 and 30 sits a number nobody official has published, and the office that could publish it, the one that conducted more than 60 interviews, has not released a line of what any witness said, because an active investigation does not work that way. And while the letter sits there, the videos keep moving. The 2 videos are not the same video, but online, they have become one story with 2 captions, and both captions are wrong. Here is what is actually known about the first one. The photographer who shot it has said, per TMZ, that it does not show Nolan Wells fighting. The voice in it has been claimed, per ABC News, by Trayston Shepard, not Nolan, a named man on the record saying that voice is his. So the person who made the video and the person who made the sound have both spoken. Their words are public, and the video is still being shared as proof of a fight. The second video is even less clear. Officials have not publicly confirmed that a boat shown in either recording is connected to Wells's disappearance, per the Griot and TMZ. So we have one clip disputed by its own creator, and one clip that is essentially unidentified. 2 videos, neither one verified, both of them captioned. A caption is not a source. A caption is a claim. When a video is reposted, the caption travels with it. The caption says what the video shows. The viewer believes the caption becomes the memory, the video becomes proof. That is how a clip becomes evidence without ever being checked. A video does not carry its own context. It has no label that says, "This is not Nolan Wells." It has no timestamp that says this was filmed after the boat left. The viewer supplies the context from the caption supplies the conclusion, and the conclusion feels like a fact, because it is attached to an image. Seeing is believing, but seeing is not verifying. It happens to documents, too. The toxicology report was shared as proof before it was called a fraud. The state's public safety commissioner called it fraudulent. Perb left, but the caption had already done its work. The caption said proof. The caption was wrong. The caption is still being shared. This case is a masterclass in that process. The video with the photographer? Its caption says it shows Nolan Wells fighting. The photographer says it doesn't. The video with the voice? Its caption says the voice is Nolan. The man who says it's his voice has a name. Trayston Shepard. 2 videos, 2 captions, 2 contradictions. The algorithm does not check facts, it checks engagement. A video that says fight gets more shares than a video that says unverified. The most exciting caption wins. The correct caption loses. That is why the wrong story is the one you have seen. But the contradictions did not stop the sharing, and the sharing did not stay online. CNN reported a month into the case that the lack of clear answers had fueled speculation, distrust, and threats. Not a metaphor. Threats are a criminal matter. 3 people have been charged federally over threats connected to the case, per TMZ and CBS Chicago. One of them, Edward James Porter of Berwyn, Illinois, is accused of threatening 2 witnesses. The threats did not stop at strangers. The friends who were on the trip have reported death threats and online harassment, per WWL and the GRIO. One friend's attorney has sent a cease and desist letter. That is what a caption can do. It can reach into a witness's life and turn it upside down, without a single frame of verified footage. So the story has moved from a video to a courtroom. The charges are real, the threats are real, but the videos that started all of it? Still unverified. Nobody has confirmed them. Nobody has debunked them. They just sit there, captioned, shared, believed. And that is the trap. Because the next video could be the one that actually matters. And if we treat every clip the same way we treated these 2, we won't know the difference until it's too late. Until a real piece of evidence is dismissed as fake, or a fake piece of evidence is accepted as real. But while the internet argued about the videos, a grand jury was already waiting on a document nobody has read. The document is the state autopsy, completed by July 31st. Its results have not been made public. They are going to a grand jury, per with ULBT. That is the confirmed record's next move, and we will not watch it happen. So ask what the confirmed record implies. Strip the captions, strip the speculation, strip the 2 videos, strip the toxicology report the commissioner called fraudulent. What's left is small. And small is the point. Start with the trip. The friend's legal letter says Nolan traveled to Horn Island with a 30-person boating party. Per CNN. 30 people. If 30 people were on that island, 30 phones were there too. That is not speculation. That is arithmetic. Now hold that number next to what the sheriff's office did. You will feel the gap. The Jackson County Sheriff's Office asked anyone with video or images of an alleged altercation to come forward. Per News Nation. Not a fight. An alleged altercation. The sheriff has not confirmed that a fight took place. The word alleged means the fight is a claim under investigation, not a fact on the record. The internet already decided which one it is. The sheriff's office is still working with the other one, and the request is still open. The investigation is still collecting. It does not have everything it wants. What it wants is the very thing the internet claims to hold. There are 3 possibilities, and you already know which one the internet chose. Nobody filmed the moment. Somebody filmed it and has not handed it over. Or the footage does not show what the captions say. Officially, none of the 3 has been ruled out. Now the videos. Neither of the 2 clips in circulation has been independently verified by law enforcement, per Thegrio and TMZ. Officials have not publicly confirmed that the boat in either recording is connected to Nolan's disappearance. That connection is a captions claim. Not an official finding. The 2 images that drove this story are officially unattached. They are pictures. They are not evidence. Not yet. And now the quietest fact in the case. No one has been charged in connection with Nolan Wells' death, per CNN, NPR, and NOLA.com. Not the friends. Not a named suspect, no one. The only federal charges in this case are against 3 people for threats. For what was said after the death, not for what happened on the island. One of them, Edward James Porter, is accused of threatening 2 witnesses. The threats are charged. The death is not. One track is loud and public. Federal charges, named defendants. The other track is quiet. An autopsy sealed, a grand jury waiting. The internet has been watching the loud track. The case is moving on the quiet one. So put the confirmed set together. A 30-person trip. A public request for footage. A fight that has not been confirmed. 2 videos that have not been verified. 1 autopsy in a grand jury's hands. 0 charges in connection with a death. That is not a closed case. That is an investigation still gathering evidence. The internet has been narrating a closed story with a villain. The official record says otherwise. It says the case is open. The question is open. And the only charges in this entire case are about what happened after Nolan Wells was gone. Not about what happened on the island. The friends on that trip have already lived through the aftermath. That is what the unverified record has already cost. And it has not produced a single confirmed clip. The grand jury will read the autopsy. A grand jury is the body that decides whether charges should be brought. It reviews evidence behind closed doors. The public does not follow. The sheriff's request for footage is still open, and the next verified thing in this case will not arrive as a caption. It will arrive as a finding, with an official signature and a source you can name. When it does, every clip that came before it will face the same test. The test has already ended 2 videos. It has already ended 1 toxicology report. And the next clip to take the test will face it too. The question is simple, and you can ask it of any clip that lands in your feed. Has anyone official confirmed it? That question has ended every clip so far. It will end the next one too, unless the next one is different. So here are the open questions. The state autopsy is complete, per WLBT, and its findings have not been released. The grand jury has them. The dates are public. The findings are not. Not yet. The sheriff's office asked for video of an alleged altercation, per News Nation, and has not confirmed a fight took place. The 2 viral videos are not verified by law enforcement, per TMZ, and no official has connected them to Nolan. The photographer who took one of those videos said it does not show Nolan Wells fighting, per TMZ. The man yelling in that video, Trayston Shepard, told ABC News on July 13th that the voice was his. The toxicology report that spread online is fraudulent, per Mississippi Public Safety Commissioner Sean Tyndall, via Global BT. The warning is official. The report itself is not. A month into the case, per CNN, the lack of clear answers had already fueled speculation, distrust, and threats. That is the cost of an open case. It is paid in real life before the official record catches up. The cost is not virtual. It is happening to witnesses. But the open questions are not a mystery. A mystery is a story with a missing piece. This is a case with a process still moving. A case moves on documents, not on captions. Documents have dates, captions have likes. The process has a grand jury. It has a sheriff's office still asking for footage. That request is a fact. The footage is not. It does not have a confirmed clip. It does not have a public finding. And it does not have an ending. At the center of all of it is a person, not a case, a person. Nolan Wells was 18 years old when he left for Horn Island on July 4th, per the CNN WLOX timeline. His body was recovered 2 days later. 18 is the whole of a beginning. It is also where the record goes quiet. That is the confirmed shape of his last days. It is not the whole shape. It is the official shape so far. The rest is not written yet. Everything else is still a question. You have seen the clips. You have read the captions. You have heard the speculation. None of it has an official signature. The captions are not sources. The screenshots are not sources. A source is an office, a name, a document. A caption has none. All of it is pointed at the same question. What happened to Nolan Wells? Not what the videos show. Not what the comments say. Not what the theories say. What happened? The friends are not the story. The clips are not the story. The story is what happened to Nolan Wells. Nolan Wells is not a caption. He is not a debate. He is not a piece of content. He is the name on the case file. The case file is not closed. It is still being written. The next page in it will not be written by a social media account. It will be written by an official source, a sheriff's office, a grand jury, a medical examiner, a court, a signature, and when that page lands, it will be the next update in this case. That is the update we are waiting for. When it comes, it will not need a caption. It will have a source you can name. It will have a date, and it will have Nolan Wells's name on it. Until then, the case is not a story with an ending. It is a person with a name. Nolan Wells, 18 years old, Horn Island, July 4th. And the official record is still asking what happened. When it answers, that answer will be the only one that counts. It will not be a clip. It will not be a caption. It will be a finding. And there is a cost to the gap in between, which is the part worth sitting with. 3 people have now been charged federally over threats connected to this case. Among them, Edward James Porter of Berwyn, Illinois, accused of using calls and texts to threaten 2 witnesses, per TMZ and CBS Chicago. Investigators traced him through subpoenas served on a phone carrier. Every one of those prosecutions grew in the space where an official answer has not arrived. CNN reported a month in that the absence of clear answers had fueled speculation, distrust, and threats. So the next clip will surface, and the one after that. What none of them can do is close the space that keeps producing this.